Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Aziz. This was a very good speech, and I'm sure we all enjoyed it. So I have a very simple question. For example, you mentioned that when we are looking at the environment, like the mountains or something, the level of serotonin is going to be higher, isn't it? So addiction is happening because of some kind of changes in our hormone system. So can we say that our addiction, being more open for addiction is happening because we are now detached from the environment and also from having the traditional life in the villages. So it means that addiction is very much related to the having of the high technology and highly developed societies and civilization.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sister. Okay, I just answer you, inshallah, this way, yeah? All right, when we look at what is happening to the world now, all right, in traditional societies, we don't have the problem of consumption. All right? In traditional societies, we will keep some seeds, some meat for the winter. Nothing beyond that. So we live, and then for the next season, we will then repeat the same process. But this modern society is infused by the idea of consumerism. All right, so we are consumers. Whereas in the Islamic paradigm, our paradigm, remember I was telling you the SEMP? You remember Maslow hierarchy of needs? All right, you study Maslow? Our paradigm is not Maslow paradigm. Our paradigm is first the spiritual, next the emotional, mental, then physical. In terms of needs, alright, in terms of needs, it's basically spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. But our modern world now has turned it away the other way around. In terms of need, okay, at the edge is the spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. So 90% of our emphasis, or 99%, this chart is still a bit not right, huh? Maybe it's like this. S-E-M, this is P. So there is a big distortion in terms of the emphasis of physical based on the Industrial Revolution, based on automation, based on consumerism. What does consumerism tell you? Today I have this handphone, all right, the Samsung 5. Then they will say, oh, this is outdated. Next year you must have a Samsung 7, and so on. So, but this can last me another 10 years, right? But they will not have the software for you to run, okay? So you like it or not, you got to change. The same thing. We are taking a lot of processed food. Processed food requires transportation. Transportation means you're creating more CO2 because the meat from Australia, you send it all the way to UK. You know how long the ship got to travel? How much CO2 is being passed on into the atmosphere? So, because our emphasis on consumerism and the physical self, everything in terms of advertisement, in terms of way of life, our way of life is distorted completely. We have to change this. There's no way. We Muslims are also the greatest culprit. You go to Makkah, what do you have? Big symbol of McDonald's. Just before you go to Masjidil Haram, what do you see? If you have been there, you see big symbol of McDonald's. What does McDonald's represent? Fast food, junk food, processed food. For you all. Yummy, yummy. Only those who are influenced by consumerism see this kind of food as good food. Huh? You see in your dog, what do you all eat? What do you all eat? What do you all eat? Not only nasi goreng. You know the packet thing? Today I want mee curry. Tomorrow I want mee soup. But the mee come from where? The little packet, you put some water and that's it. It is real junk food. It's going to kill you, but you are taking it. Make the neurotransmitters I'm telling you, all go haywire. So then you expect you to pass in the exams. How? You can't. Because you are bounded by the natural law of Allah. You have your spiritual, emotional, mental, physical balance. Your S plus E plus M plus P, all these must be in balance. Equals success. So if your P is not taken care of properly, and then you are taking junk food, all right, and then this food is processed using energy, all right, because to process junk food you need a lot of energy. To process all your krepek, keropok and all, you got to boil, cook and all that, and then dry with a dryer, so you burn a lot of oil, fuel. So because of that, our advertisement in terms of our consumerism, our way of life, has made this the focus of the 21st century civilization. And this has to change. If this don't change, then the inevitable consequences will affect you. 100 years from now, maybe you may not exist. Wallahu alam, I will not live 100 years, okay? But some of you may live to 100 years. But this whole earth cannot take it anymore. All right? We are disrupting the whole ecological system, the hormonal system, as sister was saying, because when you take this, for example, sugar. Sugar, you know sugar? All of you like sugar or not? Yeah. Sugar never existed in human history except for the last 100 years. Sugar is a processed chemical from sugarcane. Yes, no doubt, it's refined sugarcane, where you remove all the vitamins. You know, when you take the sugarcane juice, you see this brownish color, greenish color, you have the chlorophyll there, you have the B complex there, but you throw that away, you make it just refined sugar. That's a killer. One Coke will have 4 or 5 tablespoons of sugar. That's about 300 calories. To 300 to 400 kilocalories. You drink 4 Coke, that will be enough for your whole calorific intake for a day. So imagine people taking Coke, then they will have a problem. Alright, so inshallah later in my talk, if you have other questions, but I'm saying that this emphasis on the physical, consumerism, and the way of life that we have to change is some revolution that we Muslims must be able to think. And in the book, I tackle on that. We have what we call the way of life that is natural. And also in the future with automation, artificial intelligence, there will be no jobs. Physically, there will be no jobs, I'm telling you that. There will be no jobs that you can literally do. What will you do? Either you go into addiction or consumerism, or you go into a holistic way of life where your life is based on seeking knowledge and holistic interaction and your ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That will happen along the way, but whatever it is, I'm just trying to give you this idea. Okay, sister? Alright, so we stop now and then we'll continue later, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking. Please get a